So hi guys, we are joined here today by Cinnamon from Everymite. And Cinnamon has the most fascinating and beautiful backstory. So welcome Cinnamon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks Tracy, nice to be here.
Excellent. Now I mentioned about your backstory and I guess how Everymite has come to life. We'd love you to share it please.
Thank you. So if you haven't seen Everymite yet, that's it. That's the original. There's 3, 4 now with Baby Mite.
Yep.
So basically, I'm a social worker by trade. We have my husband and I have 3 boys. Our third boy, William, is now 7 years old. He was born with Down syndrome. When we had William, he had lots of digestive issues. His whole body wasn't working properly. We had numerous doctors, naturopaths, dietitians. It's been a huge journey for us. When he was about 6 months old, I think it was, we were advised that he couldn't eat Vegemite. He couldn't eat Vegemite because he couldn't have the gluten, he couldn't have the additives, he couldn't have the yeast. And so basically I went looking for what he could eat on the shelves that was like Vegemite. There was absolutely nothing. So I went through a journey of making something that was like Vegemite, because we were actually eating it every day, not realising how bad it was for us. So I've got no experience whatsoever in food manufacturing, no experience whatsoever in business. I've been in government my entire life. But unfortunately, I was in a situation where my child had a list of about this long of things he couldn't eat, which was almost everything. And so I actually had to learn very quickly how to make stuff taste nice, how to just create things. So Everymite was one of the things I created. So basically I made it for him. I then took quite a long time in terms of getting the taste right. I trialled it with a lot of friends. I trialled it with colleagues, established that, it wasn't just us that had the need. It wasn't just us that couldn't eat Vegemite and wanted a different alternative.
So Cinnamon, tell us what are some of the ingredients in Everymite?
So for us, so again, I guess starting about us personally, so remembering that I made it specifically for my son, we have to have at home, nothing synthetic, all organic, high quality. His whole body didn't work properly. So, which it does now, yay, but it's been a really long journey. Everything has to be nutrient dense. Everything has to be, the best quality for him. So the ingredients that are in Everymite are what I want for my son, what the quality I want for my son. So there's only 4 ingredients, and what they are is black sesame seeds, coconut amino sauce, which is fermented coconut nectar, which is just absolutely beautiful, apple cider vinegar, and that's got the mother in it, so it's got that added goodness in it as well. And then it's either Himalayan pink salt or Australian sea salt. So fantastic. There's like nothing else in it that's bad for you at all. So,
and it's, as I said, it just, I personally love the taste. Like I will say, probably like your son and your family, we're a big Vegemite eater. I love Vegemite, but ever since tasting Everymite, I'd much prefer to have that than I would
excellent.
Vegemite, because it just, look, everyone has a different taste bud. For me, I can really taste the bite of the apple cider vinegar, as well as the saltiness to it. And it has this most delicious, texture as well. But what's some of the ways that people have described the taste to you?
Oh, it's so hard. Like, it's such a unique taste. So, I say it's sweet but salty. It's like Vegemite but different. You can taste the vinegar. You can taste the aminos. Some people say it tastes seedy, which it is. Some people say it tastes chocolatey. Some people say it tastes nutty. It's just unique. So it's sweet but salty. A lot of people say to me the original is most like Vegemite because it's so salty. However, obviously we've got the good ingredients and we've got good salt in there as well. And they say, yeah, the low salt is most like Promite,
Oh, there you
which
go.
is interesting.
So now you've brought up two of the products that you have. Tell me about the range that you've got available.
Okay, so there's 3 Everymites. We've got the original, which, explain, that's the first one that I developed that's the most like Vegemite. Then low salt's got half the amount of salt in it and it uses Australian sea salt. Then we've got, then basically, when I was doing all the tastings, I had people, because it's designed to be an inclusive product for almost anybody to be able to use. I had people say to me, I can't eat this because of that, I can't eat this because of this. So there's lots of people that have IBS symptoms and go on what's called a FODMAP diet. The yellow and the blue have 1.8%, so it's the tiniest bit of fermented chili, garlic and onion within the aminos that we use. So I developed the green one, which is a FODMAP friendly one, that's low FODMAP, so people that even have IBS issues and are on FODMAP diets can still eat Everymite. So that's the 3. Yeah. And then we've just brought out Babymite as well.
Now, tell me, how long will it stay on a shelf for? What's the shelf life?
Yeah. So we safely had it tested for 2 years. I put we put best before stickers on there.
Yeah.
Apparently after, for something that's 2 years or more, you actually don't need to put a sticker on there, a best before sticker, interestingly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the actual regulations. So, but safely it's 2 years. So that's what we got it tested for.
Oh, brilliant. And I guess, when we think about spreads, we often think or go to, how do we use it? We think, on a piece of bread or toast or biscuit. Personally, I absolutely love it on one of these multigrain loaves that I make. But tell me, how else can you use Everymite?
Yeah. And that's actually a really good question. So, because lots of people actually ask me that when I'm doing all the in-store tastings. So, obviously, like you just said, on a piece of toast, on a cracker with cheese, on a buckwheat cake with avocado, in a, as a bit of a spread with a, chicken and salad sandwich, spread on your tofu, spread on your meat as a marinade. People are using it as a stock so a healthy stock in soups. So that adding taste there and nutrients there and flavour. Adding flavour with putting a little bit in your salad dressing that you're doing, so there's so many different ways you can use it. I've got people that have used it in cakes and icings and stuff like. Yeah, I know. Yeah, with chocolate. So because it's, which fascinating, because some people say to me they think it's got a chocolatey taste, just because everybody's taste buds are different because the seeds in it. Yeah. And because it's sweet and salty with a little bit of cacao, it actually is really quite nice. So, yeah, people have been using it in chocolate cakes and stuff as well.
Now, Cinnamon, there's a few questions or a couple of questions that I ask every supplier when we sit down and have a chat. The first one is, what would be your number one health tip?
Oh, God, I probably have so many of them. Low tox, organic, free from. We have nothing's easy for me, Tracy. I don't do one short things. So, we've learned so much with William. We've learned, rice, organic rice still has arsenic in it. We've learned if you eat too much fish, you're going to get mercury poisoning. There's so many things we've learned. So, I don't have a number one tip. It's just really, I guess, about understanding and being educated and being careful with what you do.
Lastly, Cinnamon, what does it mean for Everymite to be on a platform like YoLife?
Oh, we're just so grateful. I'm so grateful that you found us, and I'm so grateful that we're part of your platform. I think that just having the opportunity to be showcased and be available to people with such a beautiful range of other great products, where that people can see the quality, and people can be educated, and people can understand, and people can have access to. That quality is really important. So we really appreciate and we really value being part of the Yo Life platform.
Oh, awesome. Well, we love having your products available to our consumers because they are absolutely delicious. So thank you so much for your time today as well. We really appreciate your time and hearing all about your incredible success and journey and what you've learned, and also to the products that you are delivering to the Australian consumers today.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you sharing every mite with everybody, and I really appreciate you sharing my story as well.